In the political theatre, it's easy for parties to change the script to suit the scene when support's not going their way. But are American voters willing to read between the lines and work out what's really meant? Artist Marina Portnaya tries to find out.
The art of politics is made up of many things. Handshakes, smiles, and a good arsenal of verbal camouflage.
Americans have a lot of trouble dealing with reality. Americans have trouble facing the truth.
Or as the late American comedian George Carlin put it, euphemistic language that conceals reality.
Poor people used to live in slums. Now the economically disadvantaged occupy substandard housing in the inner cities. And they're broke. They're broke. They don't have a negative cash flow position. They're broke.
And today, America's love affair with semantics has given birth to a new phrase to describe the rich.
Job creators in America basically are on strike.
Increasing taxes on job creators.
This administration and this president, policies are hostile to job creators.
Instead of just saying the wealthy who make over $250,000 a year, if you say job creator, then you say, well, we can't raise their taxes. They're the ones who create jobs. When in reality, when their taxes were higher under Bill Clinton, 3 times as many jobs were created.
The propensity to add softer terms to the English lexicon has surged over the decades, particularly when it comes to military-related language.
There's a condition in combat, most people know about it. It's when a fighting person's nervous system has been stressed to its absolute peak and maximum, can't take any more input. The nervous system has either snapped or is about to snap. In the First World War, that condition was called shell shock.
Today, the same condition is known as an 8-syllable hyphenated phrase void of any emotion.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
The aftermath of war includes post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah. For those of you suffering from PTSD,
when it comes to war is where you have the most damaging euphemisms, like when instead of saying innocent civilians were killed, in a drone strike, you say there was collateral damage. Collateral damage, which to me is the worst expression. No, it's innocent men, women, and children were killed. And collateral damage sounds like a real estate transaction.
Allied soldiers shooting each other has become known as
friendly fire.
Kidnapping and transferring a terrorist suspect is called
extraordinary rendition.
And the torture America's war prisoners might endure is referred to as
enhanced interrogation.
In most cases, these new words are used by people trying to define an argument or frame it in a way that will support the position that they're advocating.
And during the last U.S. presidential election, a certain demographic of voters became otherwise known as
without low information voters.
Obama went to Twitter at 2 o'clock today to encourage low information voters.
I think low information voters are stupid people, but you say low information voters because it sounds nice. Although in their defense, it could be people who are just too busy, you know, with their lives, their family, and their work, that they don't have time to focus on the election until the very last minute, and then they vote based on the hairstyle of the candidate running for president.
As America's political elite continues creating new vocabulary to soften the hard truth, a greater focus could instead be put into asking why so many issues need to be rephrased before being presented to the public. George Carlin created comedy about the strategy, but it was George Orwell who first coined a term for it. Newspeak. Reporting from New York, Marina Portnaya, RT.